Good Friday morning, everybody. I'm actually going to try my hand at a tutorial today, and I'm going to show you how to make these lovely dangly earrings. All of this is from Sam's September bead box. September? I forget now. Honestly, I just kind of throw everything together at some point and then just come up with ideas. But this one I really enjoyed doing, and I'm going to show you how to do the green on the cherries, and then I'll show you how to make all the components. Sara Lovecraft, there she is right there. Thank you, Sara, for your tutorials and all your hard work and sharing your mad skills with us. So yeah, this is what we're going to make today, and I'm going to start with the cherries and how to do this green in them. When you get them in the box, they look like this. So, all right. Okay, I'll be back and I will show you what you're going to need to do this. All right, I'm back. So for starters, you're going to need to pull your little cherries out. And there's 5 came in the box. I've used 2 already. I'm going to use these 2. And then the 5th one, I'm actually going to make a pendant. But I'll put that in another tutorial. So for now, grab these guys. You're going to need those. I like to use this color shift paint just to get a little color pop in there. This stuff is so fun to play with. This one actually shifts from green to like a turquoisey blue. Not really noticeable, but in certain lights you can catch it. But I love the green that it leaves. And then you're going to need some UV resin. I like to use this brand. I actually found this works really, really well. Make sure you get the hard type. There are different kinds out there. The hard type works the best. I do have to cure it a little longer than some of the other resins I've used, but it works great. So just to give you an idea of what I'm using here, and you don't need a lot. Get yourself a little bowl to put your resin in. You're going to need a fine-tipped paintbrush to get that green in those little leaves. And then I like to use this little tool, but a toothpick would work great. I've always got toothpicks, and this is just to add the resin because it's such a small space that you're working with. You don't want to try and drop anything from the bottle itself because you'll just make a hot mess. Okay? Okay. So, with that said, I'm going to start with painting the green. And they are double-sided, so get both sides. Okay. So we're going to do the first side here, and what I like to do is just put a little bit. That's probably more than I'll use. But there you have it. All right. I need a little light in here. Got some light going. Oh, it's reflecting off the cherries. Anyway, so here we go. And all I do is just dip my brush in there. And you're literally just popping it in the leaf. Sorry, my hands are shaky. It happens. Too much tea. And I'm working really far from my face to do this too. Normally I have my work a lot closer to my face. So this is a little bit of a challenge for me here. But as long as you guys appreciate this and maybe get inspired, that's my intention. You know, sometimes you just need to watch other folks make things and you get inspired to do all kinds of cool things. And then I usually have what happens is all these ideas start going through my head and then I run out of time to make them all. So that's when my handy dandy notebook comes in hand. Okay. So you guys kind of get the gist. I'm not going to do the full video of this. I just want you to see how we're doing. So this is just one layer. I actually put 2 in the cherries. but this is a good place to start or stop. Boy, that light's really reflecting on there. Oh, well, okay. Anyway, you get the gist. Put a little bit of green in there. I'm going to let that dry, and I'm going to come back to this. Okay, we're back. So I have painted these green. Give them a couple coats. Let them dry in between each coat. I got both sides. So we're good there. Whee! And now we're going to resin. So with the resin, again, use a toothpick or use something like this. Don't use any of your good brushes because that's it. They'll be ruined. All right. So I'm just going to take this, put a little, you don't need much, a little drop in there will do. And this stuff does start to kind of go a little bit tacky. So only kind of put out what you need. And then all I do is just very carefully drop it in there. And it does kind of spread itself out. You just got to be patient with it. See that? Wipe some of this off here. Try to make sure I'm not getting off screen. All right, I'll move down. And that's it. I just kind of push it around in there. Wherever it needs to go. It is a hive of activity at my neighbor's house. I hope you guys can't hear all of the crazy that's going on right now, but okay. And then this is a piece of, it's the backing of a label, so it's got like a coating on it. So ain't nothing gonna stick to it again. Gonna drop that in there a little bit, push it around. Don't need a lot, just need a steady hand. Oops. That's probably too much. That's too much. Okay, so you get the idea. Just go slow, take your time. It's a marathon, not a sprint. No rushing here. If you rush, you make a mess. And it looks like I got that in there pretty good. So just do this one side at a time. I am now going to put this into my UV lamp for, we'll do 2 minutes, but I'm probably going to run it twice, so 4 minutes total, just to make sure that that's done. Again, I used so little, and that's probably going to go tacky before I can get the other side. But I will come back when those are all done, but you kind of get the gist. Hi guys, I'm back. So I'm going to show you how to put the earring together. I've already made its mate, so now we just need to make the other one. Let's leave that off to the side there. So starting with about 23, 24 inches of 20 gauge wire. Find yourself a mandrel to make the ring size that you want so that it accommodates the little dangle we're going to make here. I actually put the cherries inside, which is what I was originally going to do, but then I decided I didn't quite like it that way. So that gives you an idea of how big you want to make your circle. And you don't have to use cherries. This is just, hopefully this just inspires you in other ways. So I'll show you how I've made this ring. Again, using Sara Lovecraft tutorial. God, I love watching her work. She's so fun. And I actually am using the top of a nail varnish bottle. And I actually follow the line. So leaving yourself, I don't know, maybe 2 inches or so of a tail. You hold your thumb on that, and you're just going to start wrapping, if I don't knock everything off the work table here, your wire. Where am I? There we are. Around. Sorry, I know I'm going off camera. Just trying to fight with 24 inches of wire here. Alright, and then I'm going to go one more time. Alright, so kind of push that down on your chosen mandrel. I've done 3 full wraps here, and then I've come back to meet. And then you can go ahead and remove your mandrel, and you just kind of hold this together. So, starting with your tail wire, you might find it easier to work from back to front. I actually find it easier to work front to back. Why? I don't know, because I'm strange like that. So whatever feels comfortable to you. And you're going to want to do 4 wraps right around the top of that. And keep your wraps close together so you get a nice coil. And that's good. Okay. I'm actually going to cut this little tail off. So, close to the end there as you like. And then I'm going to use my chain nose pliers to just pinch that end down so as not to snag on anything. And you can run your finger across that. You'll feel it. If it's still poking. Perfect. And then you can even come in and tighten up your coils as well. Okay. So now I actually turn the ring and then work this way. So all I do is I take that wire and think north, south, east, west. East, west. Okay? And so I'm just going to go to the east position now. Kind of eyeball it. If you want to, you can measure this. I just tend to eyeball it. It's just as easy, if not easier. Now, word of warning, the wire I'm using is actually aluminum MIG wire for welding, so it is very brittle. Does not like to be bent. I'm just trying really hard not to get a kink in this. Keep moving off camera, sorry guys. Okay, so I've done that side. And then I'm just going to take this wire and just move it over. I'm going directly opposite here. Oh, I went. Which way am I going anyway? Okay, same thing. Ah, see, I knew that was going to happen. I'm glad that happened though, so I can show you guys what I do when that happens. I'm just really trying to find ways I can use this wire. What I'll do is actually go back to this and then trim that off where it snapped, and then tuck that. I definitely use silver toned, copper filled. This is just a lot of wire that I have, and this is the strongest use for it, so I'm trying to use it up right now. But by all means, you get yourself some really good 20 gauge copper filled, silver toned, or just try this in copper if you like copper. But if that should happen to you, I can show you how to fix it now. So I've tucked that in. All I do is just, I'm going to trim this bit off here so I have a fresh end to start with. And then just start from the beginning. It may happen again. I might be able to go through this and not have it happen again. It is all in the nature of the wire and what it feels like doing today. And it's a little cold. I probably should have warmed it up a little bit in my hands, but that looks like it's going to work fine. And then bring that around, and now we're at our fourth and final stage. Get that bugger out the way. And then do my final 4 wraps. Take your time. And one more. Okay, we're good. Just gonna squeeze those together. Trim the wire. Snip and tuck. And us jewelry makers, that means something totally different in our world. Okay, again, just run your finger across it. If you still feel a little bit of a burr, pinch it on down. All right, and then I'm going to trim this guy. Just tuck that down. All right, and there you have it. Your component, it's good to go. If you want, you can put it back on the mandrel. Just kind of get it back to that round shape. All right. So putting it together, get these scraps out the way. You have your little cherry drop. This is a Czech glass tile in red, single hole, center drilled, and then this beautiful little Czech glass faceted rondelle. I believe it is 4 millimeter. Play around with your beads. You don't have to try and find these exact things, but if you did get the Sam's August bead box, you have these things. All you need is the wire and some jump rings and an ear wire. 3 jump rings. These are 6 millimeter jump rings. And about 3 inches of wire. And what you're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and make the dangle component for you here. So tip of the wire, tip of the pliers, and just start to curl that in. Just a little bit. I actually squeeze the end so that it flattens this out. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. And then I take my chain nose pliers and I'm just going to come in here and squeeze just super gentle. You don't need to make big moves here, just tiny little moves. What we're doing is we're creating our own head pin. You see that tiny little thing on there? That is going to be just right. Actually, I want more of a curve, like a little circle on that. There we go. I'm just going to go nice and gentle here. Little tiny squeezes. All we're doing is closing that up. Okay. Alrighty. Works for me. And you take your tile bead and slide that down. That's not going anywhere. And your faceted rondelle, pop that on. And then everybody makes their wrapped loops differently. I actually kind of mostly use just this guy. The width of this is perfect. So I kind of top of the bead, tip of the pliers. Yeah. And then I fold that 90-degree angle, and then I turn my pliers and then slide it in. That's about how big I want my hole to be. And then you bring the wire over the top, turn your pliers, and then move that wire just off to the side there. Okay. And then what I like to do is I'll grab my chain nose pliers. I'm right-handed, so this is easier for me to wrap. And then you just pinch that loop in there. You can turn your hand, gravity slides the beads down, and then I just take that wire and give it a little wrap. I have a feeling that was really blurry for you guys. Sorry about that. And then I trim. I actually like to use these guys are awesome. I love them. Really super thin tip there, so I can get right in there and just trim the wire I don't need. Come in with the chain nose pliers and tuck that little end in. I didn't get as close as I thought I did. Alright. Job done. There's your little dangle. Okay. So we have our component, our little cherry drop, our little dangle, 3 jump rings. Let's put it together. Just take a jump ring, I like to put my little dangle, my little cherry drop on. Doesn't matter where you put it on the component. I just find like in between the coils, that's where I stick it, where I put it, and then close up your jump ring. And when you close a jump ring, back and forth, work hardens the jump ring a little bit, and then again, check for little things. I've got that closed just right. And then we put on our little cherry drop again. Grab your jump ring. 6mm jump ring. Pop that open, and I'm going to add my component. Again, I'll put it in the space just opposite. I'm going to add my little drop, my little dangle, and then I'm going to add another jump ring. And we do that so that it hangs properly on the ear wire. Perfect. Okay. Grab your ear wire. I'm just going to twist that open. Thread on my little jump ring there. And close your jump ring. Or close the ear wire. Ta-da! You did it. Good job. Alright, so now we have a pair. These are so cute. I had a different design for these, but then, long story short, they broke because I was trying to use the same wire, but I was only using a single piece of it. Don't do that. Don't do that. 20 gauge is not strong enough. Okay, so long story short, there's your earrings. Good to go. I've got 2 pair of these. These are mine, and I'm going to put those on, and I'll be right back and show you what they look like. Hello! It's me. This is what I look like. Me and all my Saturday morning craziness. I was cleaning the house a little earlier, so forgive me if I didn't put the dress on. Some makeup. So there you have it. Absolutely. So cute. I am all about dangly and movement. And these are huge without being huge, if that makes sense. The length is there, but they are rather delicate. So there you go. I hope you try this. I hope it works for you. If you have any suggestions, I would love to hear them. I'm only newly just getting into making jewelry. Used to make it when I was a kid, and I haven't touched it in 14 years. So I'm just now getting back into it, and I had a lot of fun with these. Thank you, Sam. You put together an awesome bead box. I love these. I don't know what else I'm going to make from it. Right now I'm kind of hung up on these. I think I'm going to try and make a matching pendant to go with these. Not sure yet. I've got the component and I've got the beads, but we'll see. I've got one more of those little cherry drops left. So I think, oh, there's that drop stuff all over the place. Okay. Well, there you have it. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. And if you did, please click like. I'm really going to try and get one of these uploaded once a week. It can be a little bit of a struggle for me between working and trying to enjoy myself making jewelry. I don't want this to become like work. So yeah, like, subscribe, share with your friends. I really hope you try this. Again, Sara Lovecraft, thank you, my darling. Inspired me to make these. If you haven't seen any of her videos, I highly recommend you watch her, especially if you want to get into wire work. She's an amazing teacher. And she's just fun. Absolutely fun. Fun, fun, fun. So without further ado, I'm going to leave you. Enjoy your Saturday. Have a great day. And I will see you guys next week. Keep smiling and create a beautiful day.